Thank you for watching MMA Oddsbreaker. I'm Frank Trigg. That Yves Edwards sitting over there. He's driving back from, where were you coming from?
From the H.
What were you doing?
Just getting some last minute stuff done.
Okay. You training? Were you training or were you doing honeydew stuff?
No, I was training.
Okay. I don't know if it was like dry cleaning or had to paint a house or. Because sometimes Yves is like, hey, yeah, man, I'll be on there in like 10 minutes. Wait a minute. Something came up. Can we push it an hour? Hold on a minute. I need another half an hour. Because he's got, he's a busy dude. He's got stuff going on. So I was wondering what was happening. Where are you training at?
I just got back to Texas. I was at American Top Team for the past couple of weeks, and I just got back, and then I ran to Houston to get some stuff in with my jiu-jitsu coach also.
Hold on. You drove back from Florida today?
No, I flew back last night.
Oh, geez. I was like, what the hell are you doing in the car that much? This is ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah, that's too much car for me. I can't deal with that.
How was American Top Team?
Awesome, man. George Masvidal and Robbie Lawler fighting on the same card, so we all trained together. When it was applicable, we all trained together. Masvidal's fighting a southpaw. I'm fighting an orthodox guy now, so that was big for me. That was great. And then Robbie's also fighting an orthodox guy, so Robbie and Masvidal got a lot of good rounds in. So it was, and we got tons of great guys over there. So it's been really, really good for the past couple of weeks.
Good. Wow, that sounds like a great camp. Did you have to ask anybody to actually mimic Daron Cruickshank's style, or was it just enough having those guys in the room with you?
We got a couple of guys that can mimic that style pretty well. There's a kid, Will Brooks, who's fighting for Bellator. Actually, he's fighting next Wednesday night also. Not this Wednesday coming, but the Wednesday after we fight. And then a few other guys in there. Gio is really good at mimicking that karate style. We got a kid where he goes by Bogdan, and he's really good at mimicking that style also. So I feel really good about it. I know I only had a few days of hard sparring with that style, but it's not something I've never seen before. So it shouldn't be too much of a surprise when I do see it.
You've been doing this for 16 years. It's not like you're a young kid. You're 36, right?
Yep, 36 now.
What does Daron bring that you said you've seen it before, but what does Daron bring that when I'm watching videos on him as a broadcaster, I'm not catching? Like, what do you see that I'm not catching? Break him down for us.
I don't see a whole lot outside of him being pretty explosive and really athletic. People like to, or that term came out, that Blackleticism, but
yeah.
That kid's pretty athletic. He's got that. I mean, he's white, but he's got that Blackleticism. So I think I got a little bit of that left in me. So I'm going to use the experience and what Blackleticism I have left to counteract his.
How good do you think he is on the ground?
Not 100% sure. I haven't seen a whole lot of him on the ground, but I'm confident that I'm going to be better than him on the ground. My ground is pretty solid, man. And then I'm training with like some really good guys. I mean, Master Laborio's in the room all the time, giving us pointers on top of all the other black belts we have there and the other great coaches we have there. So I'm not going to be surprised by anything he brings on the ground. And I don't think he's going to have too much for me there. I think if anything, that should be my realm.
Do you think that obviously you said that the last little bit of sparring with these guys helped out quite a bit? I know Lawler likes to go hard, like really hard in practice. I know Masvidal likes to go really hard in practice. Does that hurt you a little bit when you're trying to get ready too, that you're going that hard with these guys that are a little bit bigger than you?
Not really, because those guys, I mean, they're smart and they're fighting on the same show that I'm fighting on, and they're not new to this. Of the three of us, Masvidal would be the kid, but Masvidal is legit, and everybody knows that, and everybody knows how good he is, and he's really smart, especially when it comes to fighting. So. I wasn't too concerned when I did go with him. I didn't go live with Robbie in striking because we're both southpaws and we're fighting orthodox guys. So really didn't do anything for either one of us to go live with striking. But some of the drilling and stuff we did together. So that wasn't a concern. But like a guy like Masvidal and then the other guys, and everybody knows that when you're fighting and they know when to back off with the power but not the pressure. So. Even the young guys are good at that, So it was never for me. It was never. Oh, I'm worried I'm gonna get hurt, Those guys are like my brothers, man, and I know they cut for me like I cut for them, and they wouldn't do anything to hurt me. If anything happened, it would be unintentional. But it's not likely to happen when you training with the guys that you love, and those guys want to see you do well too.
Who's going to corner you? Because there's so many guys fighting right now in different spots, and like, who's going to be in your corner?
My corners, Tyron Woodley's always in my corner, unless he's fighting on the same show. But Woodley's going to be in my corner. My jiu-jitsu coach, Travis Took, is going to be in my corner. And one of my wrestling coaches, Dan Valamon, is going to be in my corner.
Okay.
And all the other guys from ATT are going to be there. We're all going to be in the same locker room, so we're going to be together all night. But, for that 15 minutes, 17 minutes, just going to be us four. And then we'll go back there and cheer Robbie and George on at their victories, too.
Was Tyron down there when you were down there training?
Tyron didn't get to come down this trip. He's had a lot of stuff going on. He had his fight, and then he had a few things going on after that, and he had been away from home for a while. And he offered to come down, but I was like, man, you got a wife and kids waiting on you, and they've been wanting to see you. So, I mean, we've done it before where, you didn't get to come in during the camp, but Tyron and I, we're on the same page all the time. So it's not a big deal for me to not see him for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks and then get in the cage and have him coach me because his voice is the one that I hear.
You're going down to American Top Team all the time for training. Now, you didn't used to always do that. And you're still getting time in with your jiu-jitsu instructor right there in Houston. What difference does it make, like when you're down teaching? Because Master Labarra has a different style than your guy does. So is it hard sometimes to kind of equate and figure out what both these guys are talking about when it comes from a ground game standpoint?
For me, I don't think so. I think it's good because I get at least a different look. I get a different opinion, a different feel for something. If the guy that if my coach Travis if there's something he has me doing and it's just not clicking for me, and I bring that up to Laborio, there's a lot of times when he'll point out the finer details for me that I was missing, or just say it in a different way that it makes so much sense. And then it's crazy too because a guy like Laborio, I mean this guy is, everybody knows Laborio. Everybody in the game knows who Laborio is and knows how good he is. But at the same time, he's the kind of guy that he knows how good he is. I think also, but he's the guy that will see me or Masvidal or Robbie or Will or Dustin Poirier do something. And he'll pull us aside and say, "Hey, can you show me what you just did? I want to see how, I want to play with that. I want to see, how that works." And so for a guy like that, it really, for me, it's not a hard thing to go from one jiu-jitsu coach's style to another. When a guy like Laborio, who's really open-minded, really open, and he can really communicate well, so it's really easy to talk to him and to get things through to and from him.
Now, there's a lot of talk lately about the pay for a lot of these fighters. I'm just complaining about the pay. They didn't come up like we did. Making $50 and driving 5 hours and not getting any food money or hotel money and getting paid $50 only if you won, let alone if you lost. You just ass out. Good luck. You had a loss. And $50, even then, didn't really cover gas and food. We were kind of fighting because we kind of love the sport, kind of wanted to do it. Does it kind of irritate you sometimes when these guys are like, I'm making $100,000, it's not enough. I'm making $80,000, it's not enough. You're like, dude, you don't even understand. Like, does that bother you at all?
It does bother me a bit. It's one of those things where it's like, being the old guy in the room, you're thinking to yourself, man, these damn kids, they'll appreciate nothing. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. You hear these guys getting into it, and then they talk about all the money, but I say it all the time, man. And I've said it from the beginning of time. Somebody asked me a long time ago, if you won the lottery, you won the Mega Millions lottery, would you still fight? Yeah, I'd still fight. I love this. I would do this. I'm going to do this for as long as I can. And the money it's not a big deal. It's not the reason why I do it. It's great to have it. And I'm glad that the way it's gotten better, it's gotten to where it is to where I can do this solely because I wouldn't be as good, but I would definitely still be doing it. So when I hear guys complain about the money and whatnot, it's like, man, you're really complaining about nothing. You have no idea what it was like when there was no money in this game, and you should probably take that back and just relax.
Well, I'll tell you this: if I win the Mega Millions, nobody will ever hear from me again. I'm shutting everything down. I'm gone. Only way you'll find me is if you get an invite to show up on my private island. That's it. I'm out.
I would probably get an island like Han and just have my own fights.
Just boop, gone. I'll invite people over because I want to see him. I want to see him do battle in front of me. Enter the Dragon. That's all I'll be doing.
That's it.
So, Yves, thanks, man. I know you've had a real busy day, so I'll let you out here. I really appreciate you coming to MMA Oddsbreaker. Good luck against Cruickshank here coming up on the 31st down there in Seattle, or up there in Seattle, rather. UFC on Fox 8. Last thing before I let you out of here, main event, pick it. Who's going to win it? Do you see DJ win this one again in a relatively easy battle, or do you see the challenger coming in and pulling it off?
I like DJ, and ever since he moved down to 125, he's looked really good. I mean, he looked good at 135. So 125, I think that's really, really his weight class. The only fight I seen him get dominated in was his fight against Pickett, and at 125, even when it's been competitive, he still looked good all the way through. His fight with damn it, I'm drawing a blank right now, but his last fight with the real acrobatic kid from Jackson's.
Geez.
See, it's happening.
John Dotson.
John Dotson. When we get old, these things happen. But with his fight with Dotson, he looked great, but Dotson started to gas later in the fight. But Demetrius, he was able to hold it together. Dotson was a little more athletic early, but Demetrius held his athleticism through the whole thing and was able to push through and persevere, and pull out the victory. So I can't put anything past him right now. I think he's holding on to that belt for a little while longer. The weight class isn't that deep, but the guys that they have are tough, and I think he's going to probably have to clean it out twice, but I think he can do it. I think he might run into problems the next time he meets Dotson. I think that's the toughest fight for him in that division, but I think he wins this fight pretty handily, if not easily.
I don't see it going, I really don't see Moraga being able to do much past the first round. Like, he'll have a lot of energy maintained, but once he realizes how good a shape DJ's in, and he's at his hometown, and his first son is born, and Destiny's in the corner. Like, when he's got everything is kind of there for him because he's at home on this one, I don't think that DJ's gonna have much of a problem after the second round once Moraga settles down. And you kind of got to grab him like an old man and go, look, kid, you got to stop moving because it's going to go really bad for you if you keep doing this. It's going to be one of those situations. You see it happen beginning of the second round where he's going to go, yeah, I'm kind of outclassed. Let me just try to survive now and try not to get beat up by DJ too much.
Yeah, I think I can co-sign to that.
All right. See, old guys always agree. We know what we're talking about.
Definitely.
Yves, thanks for coming on with here. I really appreciate it. Good luck with Daron. We'll talk to you soon, bud.
Thank you, Frank. I'll talk to you later, man.